Good evening and welcome to a very special show here at TalkTV. It is in the company of the one and the only Mr. James Whale, a legend not only in his own lifetime but in all of our lifetimes, and we're going to call it James Whale, a lifetime of nighttime. For most of your life, you were the king of the nighttime radio and television, actually, weren't you?
I was, I was. Well, I don't know if I was king.
Well, I think you were. I mean, looking around the studio behind me, we can see a whole variety of incredible pictures that have been put together by the vast research team that have been working on this show.
Well, Chuck is the best producer.
He really is.
And
actually, he's outdone himself here. There's pictures of people that I recognise, there's some pictures of people that I don't recognise. But we're going to begin with you being born in Ewell in Surrey in 1951.
E-W-E-L-L.
Michael Whale.
Yeah.
So Michael was your original name, like my name is Michael. So how did it become James?
I was a very young dad, and I was about to go into theatre.
Yes.
And I had to go and pick up my equity card. And they said, you can't have Michael Whale. There is apparently somebody already with an equity card called Michael Whale.
Okay.
And that was some bloke who did the news on Radio 1. And so I had to sit and think of a name just like that. And I thought my son, James, was there. He's never been very happy about me using his name, but there we are. Sorry about that. I decided James Whale would be the name I'd use. James Whale is a good name.
I mean, it's a great name. It's one of those names you just go, yes, that
Michael
works.
wouldn't have been so good, would he?
But it was around that time as well that you sort of had the idea that you wanted to be in the music business, I guess, for want of a better word, and you actually went to...
Sorry about my sniffing.
No, don't worry. You carry on. Radio Top Shop, and you became UK's first in-store DJ. Was that your idea?
That was my idea, contrary to anybody who thinks that they know better. I'd realised that being an actor didn't pay very much money.
Right.
And so I was a DJ and an actor at the same time. It's a long story. I won't go through it all. My dad had a pub in King's Cross. And they were looking for people to join a range of DJs in pubs. The pubs were called the Bird's Nests.
Okay.
And I went to become a DJ in one. And I found I could make as much money on one night DJing in a pub or a club as I could for the whole week.
And so how did you turn that into Top Shop DJing?
Well, I was in Top Shop with my wife at the time, and flashing lights, loud music. I thought, this is like a disco. They need to have a DJ here during the day. I thought, I'd double my money straight away. And then I thought, Radio 1 is just at the top of the street. So I'm bound to get recognised, and a Radio 1 producer will take me on, and that'll be it. Never happened.
And then you were spotted by Metro Radio.
Well, I was spotted, but then all the commercial radio stations came on.
Right.
And I got turned down for every single one of them, except Metro. No, I got Hallam as well. And so I went to work for the first time with my own radio show, I think in 1973.
Yeah.
I got really bored. They said I had the voice to play music, late night music, because people wanted to go to sleep. And after a few months, I thought, this is about the deadliest, dullest job I've ever had.
Right, putting people to sleep.
Yeah, and so we just got this new technology in that meant you could take people's phone calls to you and put them out on air so everybody could hear them. That was very new at the time. And I said to the boss, I said, do you mind if I take a couple of phone calls on air? Well, I don't mind. He said, you've got no listeners. I said, all right. He said, no,
encouraging, isn't it?
You know, well, we don't expect listeners to join us after 7 o'clock.
Right.
So you can do what you like. And so I did. I took some calls on. And I remember first couple of calls, very nice. Hi, I'm give me a call. James, are you all right?
And what did you say to get them to call in? Did you say call in about anything you want?
Yeah, I said, you know, you tell me you want to mention for somebody, you want me to say hi to somebody, you want to talk about somebody. And to be honest, the first call, not the first call, but the first call that got me into this genre at the moment was some bloke who rang in and said, you know what all the problems are? I said, no, what? Bloody immigrants. And so it's funny, that's 50 years ago.
Nothing changes, right?
So I said, what an idiot you are.
Right.
The sort of person really shouldn't be given free speech. What a nutcase you are. And I really went for him. And I was bored anyway. I thought I'd be sacked tomorrow and do something else. I got a phone call from the programme director. Remember, this is 50 years ago, so might not be quite right, but he got me to come in. I think he was going to give me a prize bollocking.
Yeah.
And instead, he said, I was going to tell you off. He said, but I have to say, this thing has gone mad.
Right.
They want to do a story about it on the front page of the,
Brilliant.
I think it was the Journal or the Chronicle. But he said, I don't want you going that far again. And he said, you can only take the phone calls Monday, Wednesday and Friday.
Right. That is a typical radio sort of management decision, isn't it?
Yeah.
Idiots.
And, well, not all,
Nothing
because
personal.
I'm still here working for ones who are sensible.
Oh, yeah.
And all the way through, there are a few sensible ones.
Oh, there are.
But the BBC, I'm not going to mention anything, of course, about the BBC
Of
that
course
I shouldn't.
not.
No.
That would be wrong.
But the BBC haven't got a clue now. The BBC could have a whole range of talk radio stations and TV stations because that's what they should be doing.
That's what they should be
Anyway,
doing. But we've got a little clip for you, James.
you?
This is the first clip of many. We're going to be showing James a few clips
gosh.
today. This is you revisiting Metro Radio. Have a look at this.
Do you remember how we used to choose the playlist for this station?
Yeah.
If the boss is watching, we'd be in dead trouble here. Well, you were.
With one or two record companies, I think, as well.
We used to come outside
We did, yes.
when we were bored and nobody else was around, and we used to choose the records that went on the playlist rather like this. Oh,
Particularly good one.
Yes, I think that probably goes straight to number one.
That's brilliant. And you look so young there, but interestingly, even in your younger years, you can see some pictures just behind my right shoulder, or my other shoulder actually, you've always had a sort of what we would call a high hairline, haven't you?
I always had a high hairline,
Yes.
and I thought, blow it, because everybody had long hair in those days, and I thought, I'm just going to cut it short. I kept it long at the back for quite some time. But that was I remember that because they got me an American Mustang to drive around and did it as if it was an American.
So you really created this shock jock character, didn't you? And you had kissing 4,000 women in 8 hours for charity. That sounds quite dangerous.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Can you not get that kissing disease from that?
Well, at the time you didn't think about those. I was having a look. There's some pictures behind here. Which I can't see behind me at the moment.
I can see one right behind you. Yes.
Right behind me with two women.
Over your left
two
shoulder.
ladies.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we are. I don't know who they are, but that one over there.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
There you go.
That one over there. I don't know who those ladies are, but they were two of 4,800 or something like that.
That's a lot of women to kiss.
Yeah, but
in 8 hours of kissing as well.
I did it for a charity that I can't remember the name of. Asked me if I would do it, and I think it was a charity, a children's charity.
Yeah. Now you've also been credited with persuading Brian Johnson to join AC/DC. He was a local lad from that part of the world, wasn't he?
We were pals. He was in a band. He had a little business putting sunroofs in the top of cars on the quayside in Newcastle. And he came into the studio one night. You know, when you were in, do you remember in local radio, it was quite laid back, and sometimes your mates would come in and visit you if you were on at a certain time. And he came in, not to be on the programme, just sat in the back, and he said to me, I can't really do the accent. He said, "Why, James, I've been invited to go and do an audition for a band." And I said, "Oh, yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
What band?" "I think they're a bunch of probably, but they're called AC/D." And anyway, apologise for that.
No need.
No. So I said, "Yeah, I think you should." They weren't terribly well known with everybody at the time. He said, "Can you lend me the fare?"
Right.
I said, "Yeah, okay." Lent him 20 quid, never saw him again for about five years.
Wow.
James Whale, what a legend.
Thank you.
Proper legend.
Do you know Piers Morgan said I was a TV terrorist back in the 80s in one of his columns?
I'll tell you what,
I meant
Piers,
that
he's
as
a
a compliment.
top man. He's got
That was
an
a
opinion.
We've rattled through your early part of the career in the northeast of England.
And told everybody I was bald from birth.
Yes, and you had a book, I think, that you made some money from, didn't you, about being bald?
Say it loud, I'm bald and I'm proud.
Something like that, yeah. Now, in 1980, we're going to fast forward to 1980, you joined Radio Air in Leeds.
I did.
And in 1988, the TV people put the radio show on TV.
Yeah.
And it says here that you had 3 million viewers on a Friday at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's astonishing, isn't it?
Well, that's what I was told. I can't remember all that. But you've got to remember there were far fewer channels in those days.
Right. And that was ITV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OK, well, here we are in the main studio. Now, this is where I
roll in my own videocast, a little button here, and cut people off when they phone in and I don't like them. Earpiece gets everywhere. Now, this is what people, when they're working in TV, do, you see? There's a bit of a thing going, shut the door and...
It's free, these people are freezing, they've got all goose pimply.
Look at, this is the director here, okay? Look at this.
Hurry up, James, we're overrunning.
Are we overrunning?
Yes.
Because when we're overrunning, Lloyd, they get very concerned and they think, you know, could you go to do something else and move on?
There.
Now, we're going to show a series of clips throughout this show.
you keep
A
telling me
Lifetime
that.
of
I'm worried
Lifetime.
slightly.
I don't think I have not selected these clips. These have been
Chuck.
selected by Chuck.
That's why I'm worried.
And he's found one, apparently, of you meeting Spike Milligan. Let's have a look at this.
Well, yeah, this
And then I'll ask you about it.
Are you lonely?
Yes, I've always been lonely, but I don't know why.
Yet you've got 4 children, you have a family,
Yeah.
and lots of fans. You walk down the street, people are going to say, "Hiya, Spike, how are you?"
No, they don't. They say to me, "You're Eric Sykes, aren't you?"
So you did a kind of proper interview style there,
I've
sitting in an armchair.
done quite a few interviews, but they never get talked about or thought of.
Right.
And there are lots of new people like that young Piers Morgan guy who's
Yes.
coming up at the moment, and you and
Yes.
various other people. But when people say, what would you most like to be remembered for? Well, I'd like to be remembered for, bringing the media to nighttime in this
Yes.
country, because we're so far behind practically every other country, because nobody wants to offend anyone.
Right.
And that's ridiculous.
Has it always been like that?
I think so, yeah. Somebody said to me, do you know, Joe, it was that guy who died recently, it'll come back to me, the Australian comedian...
Barry Humphries.
Harry Humphries.
Yes.
I was interviewing Barry Humphries way back in the 80s, and he said to me, I'm not going to try my accents again, they all sound the same. And he said, you know, I like the way you interview, but you don't need to be nice. You wanted to have a go, feel free. And he said, you know what will make you different from everybody? He said, don't want everyone to like you.
Yes.
And that was the problem. And of course, the media still don't want to offend people.
No.
But as long as you offend them without kind of...
I think if you're
causing
fair, and I'm not going to say that you're always fair, because I've listened to your show for years and years and years, and sometimes some of the funniest moments are when you're completely unfair.
But it's
that's-
sarcasm
but
often,
yeah, of
yeah.
course. And the people that get it absolutely get it, and people love it, and they love listening to it.
Yeah.
And most of the people that you give a hard time to absolutely deserve it.
Yeah.
But what made you so proud of speaking to Spike Milligan?
Because I have always found Spike Milligan and the Goons and everything to be very, very funny. And it was a privilege to be asked to go and do a chat with him. And that was just a while before he died.
Right.
And it was just brilliant. It just flowed.
And you could see that he was quite a troubled character, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and we didn't know until probably after he
No,
died.
and the people who was for my show, and they said, oh, yeah, well, you're going to get him to do loads of jokes and everything else. And I just sat down and I suddenly knew that wasn't going to be the way I was going to
I
go.
already want to see the rest of that, you know, and that's the power of somebody like you being able to interview somebody like him and
Yeah, I
finding
enjoyed-
something, getting something else.
But that's
that
what you want
nobody
to
knew
do,
was
isn't
there.
it? There are so many people who will let you interview them now, I'm not going to mention any names, which will want a whole list of the questions that you're going to ask them.
Yeah.
And Spike did, because my producer even said, we get Spike on the show, that's great.
Yeah.
And he said something along the lines, oh, Spike likes your show. He'll come on.
Yeah.
You'll have to come to him rather than
Yes.
him come to you. So we went down there and filmed it there. And it was just the best thing when I'm looking back. But
Yes.
it might not be the best thing for other people, but for me, that was lovely.
No, excellent. That's Spike Milligan. In 1992, you hosted Dial Midnight on ITV.
Yes.
We've got a clip from that.
Have you?
With a rude caller. Let's see.
Well, I don't think you deserve to be on the programme because I think you spoil it.
Yeah. Oh, fine, okay. That's it, right. Okay. No, Lee, you talk for a bit. No. You talk for a few moments. I'll go over here. You talk. Now, don't follow me. She's going to talk. Over there. She's going to talk over
You're
there.
walking away from the camera because you don't like it.
I'm leaving you. You do it. Go on. You're so good. You do it.
I am. I'm brilliant. I should be on the same
Go on.
thing.
Get off, for goodness sake, honestly. Marie from Croydon. Hello, Marie.
Hello, James.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
Ignore what that other caller said. I think you're red hot and I love your yellow tie, darling.
I don't remember that.
Was that a bed of nails or something?
It was rubber, a kind of rubberized, spiky things, and it was a bit. And I presented that with two ladies whose names I don't remember.
Right.
But I don't think they went on in the media after that. That was quite fun. It was called Dial Midnight, and then it turned into
a different look
program.
for you as well. There was sideboard action going on.
Well, no, it was just that this grew darker, and this grew. You can't really see, but this is all going. You know, I've always had this bit under my neck, but recently I've sort of been on chemotherapy and statins or whatever.
I mean, you've always had a bit of facial hair.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I've got too big a face with all this, you know, like. See, you've got quite a big face.
I have got a very big face, quite a large head.
Yeah. Well, maybe if you shaved it back a little bit.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm still pleased that it grows at all.
You really? Yeah. You might find you get more of a fan club if you shaved it all.
I don't need more of a fan club.
You don't want more. Okay.
I've given enough trouble as it is.
James
Whale is here. A lifetime of nighttime. We've got much more to show you, much more to share. And more of James Whale coming next. Welcome back to the James Whale special. It's called A Lifetime of Nighttime, and you can see why, because already we've sort of painted the picture of James Whale as this legendary nighttime figure on television who you were doing things nobody else was doing. I mean, it was groundbreaking stuff.
Well, I used to forget what I was supposed to do, that's why.
But I think that's why you've been so successful at everything you've ever done, because you don't fit in a box.
Nothing's a plan.
You don't turn up and say, what do you want me to do? No. Do you? You've never said that.
Because I could never remember, you see. I'm severely dyslexic. And that comes out in all kinds of different ways, very short-term memory. Can't spell to save my life, as people who follow me on social media will see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, listen, let's talk about what happened in the year 2000, because for an awful lot of people, this would have been a very, very difficult period of your life. You were diagnosed with kidney cancer and given basically a 50-50 chance of surviving an operation.
That's right.
So how did you deal with all that?
Went in and they said, very sorry to tell you, but you have got the most enormous tumour on your left kidney.
Wow.
And I said, oh, gosh, right. Didn't really know what to do. So my first question was, how long am I going to live? Right. He said, well, we don't know yet. We've got to do a few tests and see how far it's spread and everything else. And he said, so we don't know. But we need you to go home and tell your wife and family, and then we need to have another discussion, which we did. And then the specialist who decided, he said, I'm going to take it out. He said, there's no chance we could really do anything else. So he said, I'll do it Monday week. And he went off somewhere, and I went off to say goodbye to all my relatives.
I was going to say, I mean, telling your wife and family must have been tough as well.
Well, yeah, but being me, you know, I just went out and told them and said, you know. And then my wife came down, took me to the hospital for one chat with her and him. Right. And he told her what was going to go on in a week's time. And I remember her saying, well, what are the chances that he'll survive? And he said, well, we've never done, which I was quite proud of at the time, never taken a tumour of this size out.
Wow.
I said, all right, okay.
What sort of size was it? Like
it was that size, yeah. It
that
was,
size?
Yeah. I've shown you my scar.
And you never even knew that it was there?
No pain, nothing, until I peed some blood.
Right.
I had no idea.
Wow.
Anyway, I remember thinking, oh, right, okay, we'll take it out. And my wife said, what are the chances of him surviving? And he said, 50-50. He said, if we get the tumour out, he's got quite a good chance of surviving because it doesn't seem to have spread.
Yes.
So they took it out. And I remember saying, so how long have I got? He said, well, I don't know. We'll have to see how you recover. It could
did you have to have any sort of therapy after that?
No, I chose not to.
Right.
Because he said, I wouldn't have chemotherapy, he said at the time. Don't think it'll do any good. Sorry, I'm just having a moment.
That's okay.
And he said, I wouldn't. What do you want to do? I said, well, if you wouldn't, I won't, and didn't have any. And I was never ill until just recently.
That's incredible, isn't it? So in those days, presumably as well, I mean, cancer treatment wasn't what it is now. So it really was a 50-50. And so
there was no chance.
At what point did you think, I'm going to be all right?
I think probably I got to 52, 53, something like that. And after a few more years, they said, I don't think you need to come back for any more checkups. And so I stopped. I should actually have carried on going at least once a year, but, you know, I didn't.
Yes.
And I should have done,
Well,
but there we are.
You can't regret, can you?
So
but
it's
you
sort
also
of-
set up a kidney cancer charity.
Well, back sort of 4 or 5 years after I'd had cancer, there was no real charity for people with kidney cancer. So we set one up. It's now called Kidney Cancer UK. And we run, you know, a chat line and all kinds of stuff for people with kidney cancer, because it's still quite a rare cancer, but not as rare as it used to be. And now there are loads of treatments you can have for kidney cancer too.
Okay. And so we move on to 2016, famous, of course, for the Brexit referendum. But you weren't interested in the Brexit referendum. You instead decided to join Celebrity Big Brother.
James and Samantha are catching
I
up.
think when we last met 20-odd years ago, you hadn't come out.
No, I hadn't.
No, you hadn't. How was it living like that? I must have been real...
I was having relationships with guys then. Yeah, it wasn't until I met Myra, really, that I fell in love with a woman.
Yeah.
You know?
Surprise
And
yourself.
I just believe that love is far greater than anything.
Yeah.
You can't help who you fall in love with.
Yeah.
You don't look very impressed.
Yeah.
Really, do you? Yeah.
No, I think I'll put these on
Yeah.
because more like that, don't you think?
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, more.
Now, I'm told that you
yeah.
thought that you would go in there and you'd be the first one
My
kicked out,
agent
right?
said, the other thing my agent said, he said, don't worry, you will be out the first time. And I thought, okay,
Well, 'cause they'll
that's
hate you.
worth money, I'll be out, they
Right.
don't like me, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know that various people, I think egged on by my wife, Melinda, that they put together a team, Eamon Holmes, as well, if you're listening, to keep me in there.
Right.
They're people that I was there till the last flipping day.
You ended up coming third.
Yeah, third or fourth, I can't remember,
Yeah.
but I was there till the last day. So I earned the money, I reckon.
Absolutely.
And
right.
it does mess with your mind.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. I'm not sure I could do it. Now, I'm delighted to say we've got another guest in the studio for James Whale, A Lifetime of Nighttime. And it has to be said, this man, Ash Gould, has spent quite a lot of that lifetime of nighttime with you.
Well, he has, and I keep thinking I'd get rid of him or something. And I
tried to, but I got rid of him.
Yeah,
You know,
well, it looks
he
that
came
way.
back.
1995, you guys first met.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us how you did that. How did you meet?
Well, I mean, I was first working with, it was for Sean Bolger, and I used to work with Mike Allen, you know, the great Mike Allen, who brought hip-hop to this country. And he's told James, I was on air a bit with Mike, and he goes, hello, James, why don't you try Ash on air? And that was basically it. Because he used to talk... Yeah, and he used to talk to me through the talk back, and I used to just talk, but then I was on air. And
what did you make of him?
Well, I knew him from the TV, and I thought, oh, this is great, James Whale from the 80s.
Yeah, but you meet people from the TV, and they're not.
I know, and you think, but actually, he was the
think.
same. He was the same because you do meet people. They say never meet, and he wasn't my hero anyway.
Right.
I just used to think
I'm
it was
glad
a great,
to hear that.
It was a
I
great
feel
show,
really
and
bad.
yeah, he was the same, and it worked really well. And we have
Right.
a good chemistry. I think that's why it's long. It's lasted long, and
We
you
don't
know,
like each
we've had
other,
It's,
basically.
no, we do. It's just quite a
don't
strange
ruin it
relationship,
now.
isn't it?
Don't
but,
ruin it.
But it
God's
just works,
sake.
doesn't it? I mean,
It does.
I don't know what. It's a bit like
Well,
Laurel and Hardy.
It
I
is.
think it's a
Also,
bit like
you have got a great gift where you can just put in one word here and there.
Yeah,
He's
just tuck it
actually
in.
cleverer than he pretends. Yeah.
Well, let's hope so.
But-
Otherwise,
I
you
hope
don't
so.
have to tie his own
That'd be
shoes.
really
Let me
bad.
just do the truth bit of this. Is they cut the budgets down, and so well,
That's how I ended up there.
We haven't got enough money for
Yeah.
a producer for your show. I said that's okay. I just need Ash.
Your original I don't know, mission was comedy, wasn't it? Did you not?
Well,
work with
music.
Sacha
Well, I
Baron
did
Cohen?
comedy. I did work with. Yeah, I did. I did sort of stand up when I was like 15 at youth groups, including with Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him, but yeah. And then
He went rotten, actually.
He went rotten.
That's
Yeah,
what
he
happened.
hasn't.
Like a lot of
No,
them.
no, he's
You know,
all right.
First
But
movie was all right.
I came to
Third
London
one
because
was
I'd done
crap.
music production. I thought I'll do that. But then my brother, who was in radio, said, "Come and help out at IRN doing a sports feed." And I thought, this is all right, actually. And I went to LBC, and now I'm here.
Yeah.
And so,
Now,
brilliant.
in
For the last 28
2008,
years.
28
in
years.
2008, there was another sort of cataclysmic event, which was that there was a mayoral race going on. You might remember in London. And James took it upon himself to tell everybody to vote for Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
But apparently that was against the Ofcom rules. You're not supposed to tell
But I
people which way
balanced
to
it
vote.
out by saying Ken Livingstone is nice to skateboarders.
Yeah.
So I thought that would balance it.
Unfortunately, they took it a lot more seriously than that, didn't they?
No.
Well, they fired you.
That's what happened. He broke the broadcaster's code. He had to go away for a few years and come back when it had all died down.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to.
You have to, yeah.
But the thing in my favour, because I actually did take the then company to court.
Did you?
Yeah. I found out on my home insurance that if you get into trouble like that, it'll pay for a barrister for you.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I thought,
They also told us that it started a week later, technically.
You, of course, but you remained, didn't you?
I remained because of that fact,
to
because
the
basically,
wilderness.
because of that, because we hadn't really done...
We didn't do much. We didn't think we would get sacked.
But
Yeah.
But because I'm freelance...
I'm too big to be cancelled.
Yeah. Like Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais, yeah.
But I saw one of the guys that I really liked. They were coming into court, and my barrister and their barrister had a chat, and then they said, came back and said, "Look, James, you probably win this, but then nobody will ever employ you again."
That's
and
the
so
case, isn't it?
I've made the point now of only staying where I like. Well, I'll only stay where people want me, obviously.
Right.
Well, that's nowhere.
Well,
no,
they wanted him back.
They do.
Talk.
They did.
What was then Talk Radio.
Yeah.
Now
But
Talk
I'd gone
TV.
somewhere else at that time. But
And
then
you'd been off to the Shires, should we say? hadn't you?
The other
Yeah,
place.
but then I was working on the other one you mentioned.
We call it the
which
other
I-
place.
The other place, yeah. It's like the House of
Their
Lords.
studios was in Leicester Square. Now,
So tell us about your return to Talk TV or Talk Radio.
Well-
because we've got a clip here
Okay,
of a little clash that you had with somebody. You might remember who this was. Calls himself a UFO hunter. Have a look.
Just go. You had the chance. You could come in. You had the chance. You had the chance. You wanted it shown. Then go. Be very disappointed and go. No. Yeah. How many more times? Good. I'll leave it with you. Good. You carry on.
Nice to meet you, man.
Goodbye.
Nice to meet you.
Honestly.
Now, luckily,
Nice to meet you. I love that.
Luckily,
Tony Topping, apparently, was his name.
You insulted his art.
Stupid man. So, luckily now the Ofcom have realised that, you know, freedom of speech means a lot more than it used to.
Yes.
Yeah, they've become more hopeful.
And when I was sacked that time, I shouldn't have been sacked because the memo sent to us by the now unknown and unheard of programme director was wrong. You know.
Yeah.
But I now work for ever since I got ill. Right. This company has been absolutely great.
They're very good like that.
Yeah.
No, it's been brilliant to have you here. Now we've also got another clip because in June of this year you won a Lifetime Achievement Trick Award.
Yeah. I was quite surprised.
Let's have a look at when you were given it.
So here we are at Talk TV. James Whale has no idea. He's about to receive the Trick Recognition Award. I am so sorry, James, to interrupt your meeting, but I have something very special to give you, my darling.
I have been stitched up, but listen, thank you very much indeed. 50 years. I have managed to stay employed one way or the other. And I got one of these presented by Sir David Frost in 1975, I think, and another one in 1984. And now, towards the end, excellent. Thank you very much indeed. Well done.
That's Lizzie Cundy, of course, they're giving you that award. Denny Morris, the boss, sitting in as well. So 1974, 1985, 2023. It's not a bad little run, not a bad trifecta.
A lot of big gaps, though, weren't there?
Some gaps, yeah, but gaps are good. That shows you that you can come back from anything. Ash, it's been
Even
difficult.
working for the BBC, I
It has been difficult, yeah.
Well, it has been difficult because, I mean, James...
He had to go and hide in the corners when I wasn't working.
Yeah, and he had to keep sort of saying where you were as well. He had to keep tabs on you.
Yeah, people were asking.
But Ash, I mean, you worked with him for 28 years, right? Yeah. And last couple of years...
Very careful, don't be too nice.
Try not to be too nice.
Oh, no, I
mean,
won't be. Don't worry
what's
about
it been
that.
like for you? What's it been like?
Oh, it's been brilliant. I mean, because the thing is, the reason I've stayed all that time is because I think, you know, we do have a great chemistry, and, you know, when I've worked with other people, it's good and stuff, but there's something unique that we have, and you can't, I don't know what it is, but it sort of works because we have totally different things, but he's very good at reacting. It's just, I don't know what it is.
We should
chemistry,
go,
basically.
Yeah, we should go there. And he's even bought a new jacket.
I bought a new jacket,
and a
and
new
had the
shirt.
tags on it and everything.
I've never seen you looking so smart.
No, I know. And he said,
strange. It's the TV money, Chuck keeps telling me.
Is that what it is?
But
Yeah.
I still get radio money.
There's no money for this show for you.
Well,
I know, you're right there.
I still get the same money too.
Yeah. Well,
Mind you, I'm not
we'll have a
working
word
so
about
much,
that.
But I think what has to be said about Ash and I is that we don't rehearse anything, we don't plan anything, we don't...
That's a secret, isn't it? Never rehearse. I think the best shows are when you don't know what you're going to do and they end up brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, you must know that.
Yeah. And luckily, he's quite happy not to say much.
Well,
I
no,
am.
he is.
I am.
It's really annoying. You've no idea. So when I have to shut up, it's because he won't stop talking.
Right.
And because...
So I don't stop talking, you see, and I won't stop.
Well, shut up.
I don't.
I mean, the
Keep going.
problem as well is...
Won't shut up.
Will you stop now? The problem
This is it. This is the show.
The problem is that I could be talking to you, interviewing you, and he'd be talking and talking, and then he'll come
And I'll
in.
interrupt with a much better poignant question.
Yeah.
It'll
And
really get to the sear, to the point of it.
Have you shut up now?
No, I mean, what else? Any more questions? I mean,
no, we've got to get to a break.
But just before you go to the break, that's what he does. He usually asks a question I asked about 5 minutes earlier, which then makes us all look stupid. You can go to the break.
Last word, freak. Well, here we are. It is
word,
James
freak.
Whale, a lifetime of nighttime. Ash is here as well. I'm Mike Graham. We'll be back with more after this. Welcome back to Talk TV. This is, of course, a special programme that we're running tonight, and it's called James Whale, a lifetime of nighttime. And we've been talking about that lifetime over the past half an hour, 40 minutes or so. And James, it's been an absolute pleasure to be able to do this. And so thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
I'm now going to introduce the love of your life now, who is Nadine, who you met and married in 2021.
Yeah, look.
In a lavish ceremony somewhere
Did I
near
invite you or not?
Tenterden. I don't think you did.
Did I not?
No.
Obviously.
Or you might have
that
done.
lavish.
I think you did. No, I know. I use the word lavish because it wasn't.
He's taking the mick, that's why.
But there were
Taking the
pictures.
mick.
I saw pictures in the Mail Online though of you. So you're still pulling in the crowds.
Yeah,
So
do you
you're
know what
standing
the
on a
Mail-
balcony overlooking
Yeah,
the high street.
It was very nice. Do you see what the Mail Online said about us? What were you wearing?
It just must have been done by a computer or something, first of all, and it said that James looked really dapper in a lovely swimsuit.
A swimsuit.
And I was wearing a wedding costume.
Oh dear. I mean, maybe they've got AI bots working over there. Who can say?
I hope so.
But I mean, obviously, you're a second marriage, and a woman that you'd met relatively recently, right? So tell us about Nadine.
Well, we met because your husband and my wife were under the same doctor.
Yeah, they both sadly had lung cancer.
Yeah. And then afterwards we got together. Actually, I'll tell you a funny story. Although she doesn't like me telling funny stories, because often they're not, are they, really?
They're not funny, no.
No, I don't do funny really very well.
I don't.
So she came up to me after my wife had died, and she came up in the pub, funnily enough, where we first met. And so I was so sorry to hear about your wife and blah, blah, blah. By the way, I'm collecting clothes for charity. And I said, right, okay. And I wasn't rude to you in any way, shape or form. And she said, here's my number if you feel like chatting at it, because you've been, you know. And I thought, what a rude, horrible, despicable person. I said to my mate. He said, what? I said, my wife just died and she wants to come and take all her clothes.
I meant your clothes. I was just collecting for the homeless.
Yes.
For like...
She is such a lovely... I wouldn't be here today if it hadn't been for her. Seriously. Yeah. That's not why we got married, because we didn't know I was ill at the time, but...
No, we did.
Did we? You see, it was my brain.
Yeah. And
Can't help
Nadine,
it.
I mean, you know, it's a remarkable story, actually, your story with James.
It is. I mean, it's sad in a way, because we obviously aren't going to have as much time as we would have liked to have had. But that's why we got married so quite quickly. It was like a year after my husband had died, and normally you would leave things longer, but we knew by then that James was ill, so we didn't have that luxury of the time.
And is that how hard? I mean, that must be hard for you.
Well, it's obviously challenging. It's challenging. It doesn't seem fair sometimes, because we had some good plans, didn't we, of things we probably won't be able to do now. but we're still enjoying every day.
Yeah, and that's what you can do. And you now do a podcast together.
We do.
Tales of the Whales.
I don't understand why anyone wants to listen to us two having a chat, but they seem to like it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun to do anyway, isn't it?
Well, what we do is we talk about having cancer and being with somebody who has cancer. Yeah. And sorry, I get these moments as I breathe.
I'll pass
now and then where my breathing goes a bit funny.
Yeah, so we just, Saturday mornings, we just sit on the bed or the sofa, normally with the dogs woofing and things like that, and just have a chat about what's happened that week, which seems to be...
And do you find that talking about it is a good thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's therapeutic for us, and also we're able to sort of put in some like handy tips for things, you know, like benefits you can claim and how to get a disability badge and things like that we've picked up along the way. So sort of impart some information that's hopefully useful.
Yeah.
And I mean, in this past year or so, you've been in and out of hospitals, you've been being treated by doctors, as you have been probably quite a lot over the course of recent times. You've always been incredibly philosophical about it. I've always been amazed that whenever I've seen you, you've popped into the building and, you know, we've always had a chat and we've had a hug and you know, you always seem so upbeat about it.
Well, we're all going to die, aren't we? So there's no point in worrying about it. I never thought I'd get to this age, and then I never thought I'd meet somebody like Deanie, and so I'm doubly blessed.
Yeah.
I wish I had a little more time. And the company allow me to still carry on broadcasting, and although I'm having one of these funny turns that I don't normally have, can you explain to them what happens?
Well, you just feel a bit funny. I mean, I know he's had one because he normally goes a bit quiet, which is quite unusual, as I'm sure you're aware.
Right.
But they normally only last a minute.
You've had various courses of medicine over time, haven't you?
You're not going to do what you want. You're not going to do that like...
I'm not going to die right now.
He's always like, I want to die on air. Don't you dare.
You can't do that. No, absolutely not. We can't have it. But these last few months must have been particularly difficult, Nadine, for you, because...
James has been incredibly brave the whole way through and very stoical.
Yeah.
It has been... It is difficult at the moment, because, I mean, we referred to the hospice last week, so we're now under their care and it's more palliative, and we're kind of stopping the treatments, things, which is difficult.
So you've stopped all the sort of...
We're having a little test
medicinal treatments. Yeah. Because they are quite often, as you've said before,
they're
almost as bad as the disease itself.
Some of the treatments I've been on have been horrendous, haven't they?
I mean, the one that you're on now is a clinical trial, and the drug for that is actually quite well tolerated. It doesn't have too many side effects, and it does do good work. So.
Right. And so, if I was to ask you, how are you actually feeling, and what do you think you're going to be doing for the next few months?
If I have a few more months, that will be great. If I have... until next Christmas or this coming Christmas will be nice, wouldn't it? But if I die tomorrow, I've had an amazing time and I married an amazing lady. And I've had a lifetime of not having to have a job. I mean, I don't work. Even you could tell how, because you never had anything to do with the media, did you, until we met?
No, it's
First thing she said to me
She didn't know who you were, did she?
No idea.
My sister told me he was on Big Brother.
Right.
Yeah, how things change. And then I was on these steroids, which made me look and behave in a really strange way, didn't they?
You did get quite emotional.
Yeah. Find me crying a lot.
Well, I think most people would be crying quite a lot.
No, it's silly, isn't it?
But now that you've got Nadine, though, you know, it's almost like you would be more upset for her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot more difficult for the person.
Things we had planned to do, we kind of... although you know you've got limited time, you always think you've got more than you probably have. So, like, we wanted to go to Rome. You're probably not going to make that, I don't think. But we might make it to Tenterden again, maybe.
Yeah, I hope we do. I mean, it is a bit bad at the moment, but I'm still wanting to do my show Saturday night. And you know how I look forward to that, and actually how that kind of...
It's your reason for being at the moment. It really is.
No, honey, my reason for being is you.
Don't make me cry.
No, I won't make you cry.
And I'm not a pretty crier. I'll get a red nose.
We haven't got any hankies. We probably should have had some.
I've got a tissue in my pocket. Yeah, I found her crying the other day. I came out, she was sunbathing in the garden. And I've never seen her cry before.
I was trying to do it secretly. I don't cry in front of you.
Well,
don't tell
sometimes
everybody.
it's good. Oh, sorry, we'll have to edit that bit
That's
out.
my secret cry.
Yeah. But it is difficult for the person. That's why we do this Tales of the Whales, because everybody has sympathy for the person, me, who has cancer. And, you know, we know now, mine, I've known for a long time since it was diagnosed, that it's untreatable and it's terminal. And it's so difficult because we had all these things planned. We got, you know, and luckily you're a lot younger than me. So, you know, you'll have we're not quite that. We don't look that bad when we're out in public, do we? I don't look like a man with
I think
a
you're a
young...
very handsome couple.
Yeah, I was worried that I looked sort of about 20 years older than 30 years older than the woman I was going
Don't
out
worry,
with.
because I was wearing an orthopaedic boot anyway most of the time.
Yeah, that was great as well. She couldn't walk much and I can't walk much.
But it's also a great comfort as well for both of you.
She hates the show, by the way.
You're so close.
She hates my programme.
Does she?
I go to bed at 10.
So you don't even watch it? But I've seen you in here sometimes watching it from through the glass.
She likes that occasionally, but she comes in for famous people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's not, it does annoy you, doesn't it? You don't like... She did say if she knew what I did for a living, she'd never have married me.
Married you.
No.
Well, maybe your TV persona is not the real you. You're actually the loveliest, sweetest, nicest person I've ever met.
I'm told you like Matt Goss.
Oh, yes, she does like Matt
I did
Goss.
come into the studio when Matt was here.
Yeah.
But he's really lovely.
I've known Matt and Luke for a long, long time, and they are really nice. Yeah.
Well, we've got a few clips from the last year of your Talk TV show. Again, I can't say that these were edited by me, so I don't know what I'm about to see, but have a look.
All right, let's have a
James Whale.
How you doing?
Good. Now, what do you want?
I don't want anything.
Thank you very much indeed.
Every night from 10 till 2, Whaley's on the line for you. Give me a ring. I'll be there, the mega mouth of radio air.
£300.
Let me just stop you for one moment. This was a section that was called Call Biggins. Did you want to ask a question to Christopher Biggins?
No.
Where's your buzzer? No, I've got the frigging buzzer in here.
Everybody's good at cooking something, and I'm good at cooking crumble. Would you like some? Well, would you then?
Yes.
How do you get such attractive women around you, Stanley? How does this work? I mean, what is there? What is there?
I feel very, very privileged.
And don't it feel good? Yeah!
Happy birthday to you.
I don't give a stuff whether she likes the show or not.
Most people who watch this show don't like it. That's a fact.
That's what happens.
That's what you get when you come and take your time. You show your small nipples.
As far as I know, that kind of animal doesn't have any testicles.
He has. They're just under the desk. There they are. I choose not to show them.
Do you remember, Sweet, when we went out to that nightclub in London called Stringfellows? Yeah, I thought you would.
My new vagina is so tight it squeaks when I walk.
So what I'm going to do is...
that you
really
can't...
squeaks.
No.
Okay, let's try this now. Is it squeaking?
It is squeaking. I get a sense with him that he is he's a sensitive guy as well.
I remember listening to you, the midnight show. You were fantastic then.
Yeah, but if you heard it now, you'd probably think it was rubbish.
Did you get rid of him now?
When you hear shows that you hear in the past, you go, why did you think that was good?
Go on, take him up, get him up out the seat, move him out of the door. Lizzie Cundy has now kicked out Vladimir Putin. Call us 0344 499 1000. Did you come here legally?
We actually managed to sneak in. Yeah.
Call the police.
I don't think you realise what you're saying. You're being insulting and rude.
That's the whole point of the restaurant.
Yeah, but it's not very pleasant.
No, well, you don't go there. It's like watching this. Don't go breaking my heart.
I couldn't if I tried.
Oh, honey, I can't hear
Wait for the beat, man.
You rang up for the text number.
To go live on air just to ask us for the...
Why the hell would you ring up for the text number?
Why didn't you just ask...
I thought I'd be able to speak to somebody to get it.
Well, we don't have that many people working here on this show. We're bloody busy.
Hold on, you wanted to go live on air to ask the question about that?
You're on air now. What is the question you wanted to ask?
She wants to know the text number. She just said it.
Oh, no,
87222, text the word talk in your message.
But what for? You're on... Just shush, you both have... Get their mics on.
87222.
So what is
the
it
word talk at the beginning.
Oh, you must be really wealthy, James, to be able to get a good-looking lady like that when you're such a miserable, horrible sod. Which was very nice of them, really. But
we get that all the time.
Yeah, well,
Oh, sadly he's not, but I like him anyway.
James, one thing on my bucket list, I must be cut off by James Whale. Could you please...
And you know,
I love you.
when my time has come and I'm sadly gone, that people will talk about me and they will go back and show that shit.
Yeah.
And that's what I will be remembered for. That is exactly what I will be remembered.
And I mean, and why not? There's nothing else like it, is there?
Why not?
That's quite
Why not?
remarkable. That is quite remarkable.
Yeah, and I think actually you'll probably take over from me, won't you? Really, I think, you know...
I think I'll stick to accounting.
Really?
Mrs. Whale, A Lifetime of Nighttime.
Lady W.
Lady W. Saturday
As I like
nights.
to be in bed by 10, it might be tricky.
Well, you could pre-record it, maybe. So, James, listen, it's been a fabulous hour that we've spent with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm going to ask you one final question. If you had to sort of sum up your own life in a sentence or a paragraph, I don't know if you've ever
Probably
thought...
more
of
like
what
a
it would be.
paragraph.
Tell us.
Okay.
What would it be?
I have... if I died now, apart from missing you, okay, and whatever, I would die happily because I actually have had a really good life. I've done what I love to do, and I have stayed employed, even have lost a few jobs, but managed to get other ones, and I've stayed employed for 50 years, and hopefully maybe another year. And I can't think of anything else that I would have wanted.
It's a pretty good summation of a life.
We've all got to go.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've been very, very, I think, very lucky.
James Whale, A Lifetime of Nighttime. Lady W, thank you very much as well for joining us. Look after him.
I will.
That was James Whale. What a guy. What can I say? I'm Mike Graham.